Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Uh, if you celebrate Labor Day, happy Labor Day, I guess. I suppose I celebrate Labor Day, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know what exactly Labor Day is. I just know I get a day off. So I suppose I'm not complaining, but I'm not exactly sure if it's really something you celebrate or not. But that's beside the point. The point is, we're doing some stuff for the fan project today. However, I sort of forgot that I had to do voiceover stuff today, so I didn't really make very good choices today in regards to keeping up my voice. Made some dietary mistakes there. So my voice isn't like ready for that, and I didn't do any warm-ups because I forgot to do that as well. And last night I was running like a sort of test on a tabletop role-playing game system that I made up. So I narrated a whole thing last night, and that probably didn't help. But well, that's all to say that we may do a little actual voiceover stuff today, but if we do some, not much. But what I wanted to do today, that's still related to the project, is there were a couple of categories. Let me move over to Reaper. There were a couple of categories that I had forgotten to write lines for. So I thought it would be it'd be fun to write those lines on stream. Sort of do show off that part of the creative process, I guess. Hold on. There we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in a text document for everybody to see here. Where is it? I need to find it on my... Okay. So. Oops. Let me pull up on my phone here where I have all the lines written. Excuse me. So there are two categories of line that I guess I just skimmed over somehow. That being disembark. Is there a way to like underline things in just a text document? I guess not. Disembark and doomed. I just completely missed them. And the thing is, like, there's a single line in between those two in my notes that I did write, but somehow I just forgot these. So, I think I kind of remember why that maybe these two in particular I didn't do is because I sort of forgot exactly what the fine details of these lines were. For instance, like disembark, I sort of didn't remember what the format was, like what the kind of things the Titans said when you disembarked. Like, were they like, "Goodbye, pilot. Be careful," or like, "Disembarking pilot," you know? But it turns out, as I've noted here, that disembark is played when, of course, you disembark, but they mention turning on Auto Titan. So the it should be called like Auto Titan Online rather than disembark, because that's the thing they actually say. And Doomed has to mention at least one or both of these is severe damage and reactor exposed. Pretty sure. That might be a Ronin thing only, because I listened to the like all Ronin voice lines video on YouTube to build an outline for what lines I needed to write. So I don't know if it was just Ronin that mentions the reactor. But we're gonna go with that. Oh, as well, from that same video, there are 8 disembarked lines, and there are 6 doomed lines. So, maybe I should be standing or something for this. What I want to do today is fill these out so that by the time we get to them, next time I'm actually prepared, I won't have to skip over. Because we're pretty close on the list. How's this? Does this work for you? Okay. So, it's occurred to me I don't think I've actually written anything on stream yet. So, I suppose this is a, oh, hold on. I suppose this is a milestone of sorts. I did not check to see what the stream information says. It shouldn't be different. I'm used to Streamlabs, like, letting me edit it beforehand. Just as I feared. This happened last time. Because on Fridays, I do a gaming stream. So it said Fallout instead of what's actually happening. Process Titanfall. So I suppose I have to say this again like I did last time because I'm kind of dumb. Is that if you're here for Fallout New Vegas, I apologize because we're not doing Fallout New Vegas today. Just chatting. Boom. Spelled Titanfall right. Done. Okay. There we go. My apologies, everybody. But yeah, I'm used to using Streamlabs that it tells me, do you want to update your stream information before going live? And I have to use OBS for these voiceover streams because it has a plugin that I need in order to actually capture the output audio from Reaper, which I suppose isn't as important right now because we're not actually doing any voiceover. But I'm thinking that if we get through these lines today, like writing these, we can fool around with the vocal effects and filters to see if we can get something that's close to the Titan AI voice. Okay. Without further ado, you need to keep in mind the theme of the Titan. We also need to make sure we mention all the relevant information in each line and that it's not too long. Like it gets the relevant information out first if we can. And if anybody in chat happens to come up with an idea, feel free to field that. I've added a few chat suggestions already to the project, so I'm open to any ideas. Okay, disembark. Auto Titan Online, basically. Have we used the word partner yet? That's a pretty cowboyism. Or, that's a pretty common cowboyism. I don't think we've said that yet. I guess we could start with the basics. Oh man. I'm finding it kind of difficult to brainstorm. Let's see. I'm drawing a blank. I've never had to write anything on camera before. I didn't think it would be an issue. All right. Let's just get something on the page. I'm gonna try to lean into the more try to lean to the persona of the Titan as much as I can. How something like, "Run free, pilot. I'll take it from here," or "Run free, pilot. Engaging Auto Titan." Something like that. I guess I need Auto Titan in there somewhere. Do Titans refer to themselves as like I? I don't think a Titan's ever said like I am doing this or I'm going to do this. I think they refer to themselves in like the third person. Like Ronin activating Auto Titan mode. I don't know if that would be breaking any kind of rule. I guess not. Run free, pilot. I'll take it from here. Or, let's see. I can actually do Control F in my notes. Partner. Wait, I just went blank. Run free, pilot. I'll take it from here. Oh. Y'all? No. If you're not from Texas, then I suppose you wouldn't know this. But the phrase y'all come back is or specifically y'all come back now, you hear? Is a pretty common phrase to hear. Excuse me, I just got a important email, I think. Okay. I have to deal with that later. Got an email from the haunted house. So I'll leave that as is. If I think it seems out of character later, we'll take a look at it. So run free, pilot. I'll take it from here. So let's try integrating y'all come back somehow, because you know the pilot is disembarking from the Titan. Auto Titan engaged. Y'all come back now. Engaged. Auto Titan engaged. Y'all come back now. Maybe that's a little much. We already used Happy Trails. Run free, pilot. I'll take it from here. Auto Titan engaged. Y'all come back now. Setting systems to automatic something. Setting systems to automatic override? No. Override's not the right word. Setting Warhorse OS is operating under its own power. Warhorse OS operating under its own power. It's a little long. Warhorse OS is acting automatically. Warhorse OS taking its own reins. Reins? Warhorse OS switching to automatic. Switching to auto mode. Warhorse OS flipping to auto mode. I want Warhorse OS to refer to himself. Warhorse OS. Well, the thing is, it needs to say Auto Titan somewhere, huh? Well, I suppose not. It doesn't have to. It just needs to be obvious that what they mean is that they're being, like, they're going into Auto Titan. Warhorse OS switching to Auto Titan. Warhorse OS. What's the phrase when somebody says that they're going off on their own? Like they're sticking it out on their own? That's not right. They're charging out on their own. Making it on my own. I mean, that is something people say. There's a particular word. It on my own. Living it on my own. There's a particular word. Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like when somebody leaves safety and just goes out by themselves to try to, like, live independently. They're cutting it on their own? Because I'd like to use a phrase here. Maybe it'll come to me later. Warhorse OS switching to auto mode. I'll just leave this to auto mode for now. 3 out of 8, not bad. Switching to auto mode. One automatic Titan coming right up. One automatic Titan coming right up. I was thinking like, you know, like sort of chuck wagon. You know, something that somebody on a chuck wagon might say. It has that vague sort of vibe. I don't know, a bit of a stretch. Doesn't really have a clear meaning though. It's like, are you summoning an automatic Titan? You know, you are the automatic Titan. Hmm. Flipping automatic Titan switch on. I have the word flipping in my head for some reason. And automatic. Like the full word automatic. Sayonara, pilot. Going automatic. Sayonara. What language is sayonara? Is that Spanish? It's Japanese. Oh. I never actually considered where the word sayonara comes from. Today I learned, I suppose. How about something like, this desperado's going automatic? I think that could work. I think it needs like a short phrase beforehand. Like a farewell phrase. This desperado is going automatic. Take care, pilot. This desperado is going automatic. Or I guess this one should be first, this phrase. This desperado is going automatic. Take care, pilot. Take care. This desperado is going automatic. It sounds better. Wait. It sounds care when it's in the front. Take care. This desperado is going automatic. Run free, pilot. I'll take it from here. Auto Titan engaged. Y'all come back now. Warhorse OS switching to auto mode. Take care. This desperado is going automatic. Switching to auto mode. Take care. Despeраdo's going automatic. Okay, let's see. I do like the idea of using more Spanish lingo. Well, I suppose it's not lingo, it's just the language of Spanish. What are some Spanish words that you'd associate with, like, cowboys? Hombre, adios, desperado, muchacho. I don't know how many of these are actually, like, um, in poor taste. Amigo. Let's work with let's work with the classic. Adios, amigo. Adios, amigo. Adios. It'd be weird if he suddenly had a Spanish accent, though, huh? Adios, amigo. Adios, amigo. I thought I figured out that phrase I was trying to think of before. No, it slipped away. Unfortunately. Adios, amigo. Auto Titan engaging. Adios, amigo. Engaging Auto Titan. Activating Auto Titan. Adios, amigo. Activating Auto Titan. Adios, amigo. Activating Auto Titan. Adios, amigo. Activating Auto Titan. Huh. I accidentally put some alliteration in there. Didn't even notice. That's four in a row. Nice. Okay, that's pretty solid then. What if we had something like, this pistol is going full auto? Well, no, that doesn't quite work. He does have a fully automatic turret on his head. Can't forget that. I just thought of something. If this Titan theoretically existed in the game, would you be able to man your own Titan's turret? Because I don't think you can actually rodeo your own Titan in Titanfall 2. Huh. That'd be an interesting question. I mean, I'll never see it answered. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about like Titanfall 2 itself, uh, I should put in like the description I have of the project, uh, in the about section of the stream, um, that if you're considering actually purchasing Titanfall 2, that you should be aware that it's currently undergoing like an off and on DDoS attack campaign thing. Um, so if you decide to get the game, then just be warned that it may not actually be playable, which is super unfortunate because Titanfall 2 rocks. But anyway, I digress. think I added extra spaces there. Okay. The concept sounded better in my head. Like, this pistol, this here gun's going full auto. It still sounds kind of cool. But it suffers from not being very clear. Because, I mean, it sounds like his gun, like his actual gun, like his revolver is going fully automatic, which it's not. Because I was thinking, like, you know, somebody would refer to themselves as a gun or a hired gun. That's the thought process I was having. But that wouldn't be very clear to a listener. We only have 3 more lines to go. Auto Titan online. Make sure you shoot straight, pilot. Auto Titan engaged. Try to keep shooting straight, pilot. I like to have one with like a short Auto Titan message and then like a longer like farewell message. Oh. I wish there was a better place to put my chair than in this corner that I frequently walk into. But it's a small room. Well, I guess I could just put it outside. Wow, look at that. We're thinking outside the box now, chat. Let me see if I use the phrase shoot straight. I have not. Well, let's just put down the simple Auto Titan online. If we put this at the front, then it's a lot more acceptable to put a longer phrase at the end. Longer flavor at the end, you know? Because the critical information's already been established. Auto Titan online. You shoot straight and so will I. Let's both shoot straight, pilot. Auto Titan online. Put some notches in that gun of yours. Put some notches in that pistol of yours. Well, you don't have to use a pistol. Or maybe like Let's see who gets more notches, pilot. Auto Titan Online. Let's see who gets more notches, pilot. That is kills. Auto Titan Online. Let's see if you can make your notches on your pistol number 1 in 19 more, pilot. Auto Titan Online. Come back with some notches in your gun. I like that one. I kind of like that one a lot. It's implying that you should at some point return to the Titan, which you should, because this particular Titan is very squishy. It's not very suited for being automatic. And it has some sort of banter flavor going on. And it uses the notches, a reference to notches, which I'm going for here. Auto Titan Online. Come back with some notches in your gun. And it's inadvertently wishing the pilot good health because you can't come back if you're dead. Come back with some notches in your gun. One, two, three, four, five, six. Two more. Let's see. I kind of want to revisit this first one because it's the only one that doesn't have auto in it anywhere. And I think that it really should. So let's replace this with something else. Maybe run free is not the phrase that we should use because it sort of implies that, like, don't come back. I wish you well, pilot. There's the I again. It feels weird having a Titan say I. Oh, I had an idea. I want to see if I have it anywhere in here. No, I use that later. Shame. I was gonna say something like, get some dirt on your boots, pilot. I want to use the phrase Auto Titan Protocol. Auto Titan Protocol. Auto Titan Protocol. That means get out, pilot. A little passive aggressive, but I think that could be funny. Auto Titan Protocol. That means you're on your own. Think you can stick it on your own? It's so close. It's so close in my head. Auto Titan Protocol. That's your cue, pilot. Auto Titan Protocol. That's your cue. You're on your own. That means hoof it. Auto Titan Protocol. Auto Titan Protocol. You'll be hoofing it from here. I like hoofing it. I like the phrase hoofing it. Because, like, hoofing it is when you're having to go somewhere on foot. Which you have to, if you're not in your Titan, you have to travel on foot. You have to hoof it. Instead of, being in your comfy metal killing machine. It's a very, country southern phrase to say. I think. Of course, I am biased because everything I hear is said in the country or the South because I live in Texas. So you'll have to forgive me if I inadvertently show some ignorance. If you get tired of hoofing it, you know where I'll be. Auto Titan Protocol. Find me if you get sick of hoofing it. Find me if you get sick of hoofing it. Auto Titan Protocol. Hoofing it from here, pilot. I don't think a Titan has ever asked a question either. I'm thinking, if anybody in the chat is familiar with the campaign of Titanfall 2, is there any point in which BT asks Cooper a question? Because I can't think of any. Of course, I only played through the campaign one time. But I personally can't think of any time that a Titan has asked a question before. Interesting. Also, y'all has a comment in it. Auto Titan Protocol. You'll be hoofing it from here. I decided I want my chair back. Find online. Hack with some notches in your gun. Hoof it. Hoof it. Hoof. Hoofing. Hoofed. If I say it enough times, surely something will come to me. Auto Titan Protocol. Hoof it with the rest of them, pilot. Pilot is hoofing it with the rest of them. Auto Titan Protocol. Pilot is hoofing it with the rest of them. Alright, I think I like that permutation. Auto Titan Protocol. Hoof it with the rest of them. Pilot is hoofing it with the rest of them. Though it would seem weird for this to be the one and only line where Warhorse is referring to you, the pilot, in second person. Yeah, that'd be second person, wouldn't it? Auto Titan Protocol. Go hoof it with the rest of them. How's that? Auto Titan Protocol. Go hoof it with the rest of them. Auto Titan Protocol. Go hoof it with the rest of them. Auto Titan engaged. Y'all come back now. Warhorse OS switching to auto mode. Take care. This desperado is going automatic. Adios, amigo. Activating Auto Titan. Auto Titan online. Come back with some notches in your gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we still only have 6. Maybe these last two should be in reference to the turret somehow. Because the back-mounted turret is a pretty big aspect of the Warhorse Titan. Although, I'm struggling to think of how, like in what context, or how you would bring it up in this context. Auto mode on. Auto mode on. Tell them there's a walking, talking gun with their name on it. Or, auto mode on. Tell them Warhorse sent you. Tell them Warhorse sent you. Well, that kind of messes with the power dynamic, doesn't it? A little bit. Sounds like Warhorse is trying to assert dominance over its pilot, which obviously is not its prerogative. Auto mode on. Tell your friends about the walking gun, would you? Tell your friends about the walking, talking gun, would you? Tell your friends my gun has a vacancy. Auto mode on. Tell your friends my gun has a vacancy. I suppose that would only be able to play if his gun actually wasn't occupied, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. I would assume that that theoretically, if this was a game, that would be possible to do. Auto mode on. Tell our friends my gun has a vacancy. Tell our friends? Tell our friends. I guess they would be his friends too, because they're on the same team. But it also kind of sounds like he's talking about the enemy. Like, tell our friends, like in that way. Well, you know what I mean. How, like, sometimes you might refer to your enemies as your friends in a sort of ironic way. But then if he says, tell your friends our gun has a vacancy, then it sounds like he dissociates himself from your allies, which he wouldn't do. I'll go ahead and make it our. Since this is a special case, like exclusive to Warhorse, like having a special our gun is empty line, I'll go ahead and write 9 lines for disembark. With our extra special one at the bottom there. Before we go any further, if you'll excuse me. I need to go take a bathroom break right quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. In case you couldn't notice. Okay. Testing audio. Okay. Just making sure that everything is switched over correctly. Tell our friends our gun has a vacancy. So I'll make that our well, should we have a second special line for if there is somebody in the turret? Like auto mode on. Don't worry about us. Don't worry your head about us, pilot. Yeah, I think that would be appropriate. Auto mode on. Don't worry about us, pilot. Okay, now we can write 2 more lines. So if these lights aren't going to be about the turret, go on and hoof it. Go on and hoof it with the rest of them. Okay, I think that sounds a bit better. A bit more natural. I think I've run out of ways to say that Auto Titan is getting turned on. So I think it'd be perfectly fine to just make Auto Titan Online like the default. And then come up with some lines to pair with these. I feel like I never buy the same water bottles twice in a row. For whatever reason. I don't like these bottles though. Because I find that they're harder to crush than other bottles. I like to save space in my trash, you know. Apologize, chat. Auto Titan Online. Come back with some notches in your gun. Auto Titan Online. Samiko. Take care. Let's make one. Well, I suppose both of these should be farewell messages. That's like that'd be following the template of existing lines. It's usually like a farewell paired with Auto Titan Online. So Auto Titan Online. Kick up some dirt, pilot. I believe kick up some dirt is an expression for get in a fight. So it's less of a farewell and more of like a go get him, tiger. Which I think works just as well. Auto Titan Online. Kick up some dirt, pilot. Oh, kick up some dirt. Kick up some dirt, pilot. For a second, I was like, am I streaming on the right day? Yeah. I guess waking up later than usual today has messed with me in a number of ways. Just one more. Let's see. Auto Titan Online. Kick up some dirt, pilot. Auto Titan Online. Come back with some notches in your gun. Auto Titan Online. Give 'em the do-si-do, pilot. Show 'em how to dance. Give 'em the old two-step. Auto Titan Online. Well, actually, I made a boot scootin' boogie reference earlier in the set. In an earlier line I recorded in a past stream. So. Half as a joke. But it was funny, so I recorded it. I like do-si-do. Actually, how do you spell do-si-do? Do-si-do. It's actually spelled do. D-O-S-I-D-O. I wouldn't I wouldn't spell dough like that in any sense, but okay. Auto Titan Online. Show 'em that Frontier two-step. Show 'em the Frontier two-step. I like that too. The Frontier two-step has alliteration. Two-step is also a quite ubiquitous Texas-ism. I'm gonna go with that. Auto Titan Online. Show 'em the Frontier two-step. Teach 'em the Frontier two-step. Teach 'em the Frontier two-step, would you, pilot? Teach 'em the Frontier two-step, pilot. Teach 'em that Frontier two-step. Vaguely threatening. Like, you know, if you told your enemy you were gonna show them the Frontier two-step, that's vaguely threatening. Can you tell that my voice wasn't prepared for voiceover today? Is it at all obvious? Okay. Next up, Doom's State. For those who may be unfamiliar with Titanfall 2, Doomed is a state that your Titan can reach when your health bar has dropped to 0, and it sort of gives you a second health bar. That, unlike the first health bar, can't be healed up. Like there's no way to reverse Doom state. And this second Doomed health bar is very, very small. So it's very aptly named. It's just to give you, I guess, like one last chance to eject before you die. Or if you want to be like me and stick with your Titan to the very end and then blow up. Now, one thing that I was looking at with Doomed is that it's very similar to critical damage. There's a separate voice line for critical damage and Doomed. Now critical damage is when your first health bar gets like really low. So I was thinking of ways, like, how do you differentiate Doomed from critical damage? Because they're kind of the same. Like, you know, they're in the same vein. Let me see what I have already. We're more than a bit dinged up, pilot. More than a bit dinged up, pilot. We're more than a bit dinged up, pilot. Be careful. Our reactor's exposed. They've exposed our reactor. They've exposed our reactor. Yeah. Sometimes you can just keep it simple. You know what I remembered as an aside, just right now? Is that Titans actually have critical hit spots. I always forget that when I'm in game. They do, in fact, have crit spots. Might be important for a Ronin player to know, but I digress. Be careful. We've got major damage. Our reactor is vulnerable. I already used a similar line actually for critical damage. We've got major damage. The damage has mounted. No, I used that one already. Hello, Captain. Welcome. Got the wind knocked out of us. Reactor's vulnerable. I like reactors vulnerable. Got the wind knocked out of us. Well, it almost implies that like you died. It sounds like something that you might hear after you respawn, rather than like you're in critical condition. Got the wind knocked out of us. Got the wind knocked out of us. Reactor's vulnerable. How about reactors vulnerable? Reactors vulnerable. Watch it or it's lights out. Reactor's vulnerable. Watch it or it's lights out. It's a little defeatist, actually. Reactor's vulnerable. Watch it or it's lights out. Well, no. I mean, that's a fair warning. A doom state for a Titan this squishy would likely be like a couple shots. Oh, also, I suppose I should explain, Cap, since you just got here. I'm not doing actual recording today because I forgot to prepare for recording today, as you might be able to hear. So I decided to go ahead and write these lines instead, so we'd be prepared for for when we get here. We're more than a bit dinged up, pilot. Be careful. They've exposed our reactor. Reactor's vulnerable. Watch it or it's lights out. They nearly got us, pilot. They nearly got us. They nearly got us, pilot. They nearly got us, pilot. Stay sparse. I do like that phrase a lot. Like, make yourself scarce. I wonder if I actually have used that for this set of lines. Scarce. Sparse. Let's think of ways to use scarce or sparse. Like, make yourself scarce. Or keep yourself sparse. I like to use that in a line. Maybe they've got a shot on our reactor. Stay scarce. Keep yourself scarce. They have a shot on our reactor. I like that at least as a starter. I'll keep that there. Don't know what I want to pair with it yet, though. They have a shot on our reactor. Two, three, four. Two more lines. Reactor, reactor, reactor. Damage, damage. These next two should have something to do with damage. Like severe damage. Because this is severe damage and these three are reactor. I mean, we don't have to, but I prefer things to be balanced out that way. Not much fight left in me, pilot. No. It's a little too negative. We're hanging in there, barely. We're barely hanging in there, pilot. Hanging in there. Yeah, let's work with that. We're hanging in there, pilot. We're barely hanging in there, pilot. Hanging in there, but not by much. Hanging in there by a shoestring. Is that a thing people say? By a shoestring? Or did I make that up? A shoestring may refer to a small sum of money or capital that is barely adequate. Okay. So, kind of has the same meaning as, like, you know, barely sum of something. Let me just hang in there. Shoestring. Well, we're hanging in there, pilot. Stay on your toes. Do I have stay toes? Haven't mentioned toes yet. We're hanging in there, pilot. Stay on your toes. We're hanging in there, pilot. Barely. We're hanging in there. Barely. We're barely hanging in there, pilot. Stay on your toes. We're hanging in there. Barely. Stay on your toes. I like that. That's a sort of cadence that I've rarely used in the other lines. Oh, shoestring, yeah. I think I remember hearing shoestring as part of like, we're working with a shoestring budget. I think that's the most common combination to use shoestring in. We're on a run of 18 karat luck, pilot. We're on an 18 karat run of bad luck, pilot. A little on the nose, you think? I think it's a little on the nose. How about they have a shot on our reactor? Don't give it to them. I don't know actually about that one. It sort of implies that, you know, Warhorse doesn't trust you enough to not know to not get shot. You know, that kind of goes without saying. Actually, maybe we could just keep it like it is. Maybe we don't have to add something at the end. They have a shot in our reactor. Shoestring or bootstraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like shoestring and bootstraps as expressions. I suppose there's no reason we can't use both. But I would like to stick with the format. I suppose a more legitimate concern would be that they both expressions sort of say the same thing. Have the same implication. So, if there's any opinions in chat, should we use shoestring or bootstraps? Bootstraps being as in, like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Which is a phrase used to talk about somebody that's picking themselves up from like a lowest possible point, somebody who has nothing. So I think that could work in this context. But I'm open to opinions. I suppose maybe we could write both. We could write one for both and then choose one. Still in the fight by a shoestring. Still in the fight by a shoestring. Don't press your luck. Don't press your luck. Still in the fight by a shoestring. Don't press your luck. Pull on those bootstraps, pilot. Well, the thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, you can't really pull yourself up by your bootstraps, so to speak, in the doom state, because you can't heal above the doom state. Like, once you're doomed, you're doomed. Let's work with it anyway. Pull on those bootstraps. Pull on your bootstraps, pilot. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, that's a little cumbersome. Damage is critical. Pull on those bootstraps and we'll survive. Maybe it should be a sign that I'm finding it harder to come up with a good bootstraps line. Pull on those bootstraps, pilot. We're not out of it yet. How about that? Still in the fight by a shoestring. Don't press your luck. Pull on those bootstraps, pilot. We're not out of it yet. One or the other or both. Any thoughts? I think maybe we can just keep both. I mean, I've already written them both. They're already right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Changing this number doesn't matter. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Pull on those bootstraps, pilot. We're not out of it yet. Is it a little irresponsible for Warhorse to just not tell you to, like, eject from this doomed Titan? Maybe. But these lines are a little more fun. So, and there's a section later for like eject immediately. That's when you're doomed and you have like a sliver of doom left. Okay, well. Let's save that. And now we have those for later. And now everything has been written. Let me do one more cursory search through my, I don't even know if that's the right way to use the word cursory. It sounds right, though. Let me look through my notes again, see if there's any empty categories. We just did those two. And we've already recorded the rest of these. Okay, so save. We still got about 15 minutes of stream. Diff used both lines. Yeah, I mean they're already recorded. I've broken the number of line, parameters already. Some of those extra lines we recorded. So yeah, we'll just use both. I don't mind doing a little extra recording. Rules are meant to be broken. Remember, you should only break the rules when you should understand the rules first before you break them. I think that's a good way to think about it. So, with this extra time, I suppose I'm not going to record anything, but we can fill in the categories so that we can save a little extra time. I can insert multiple tracks. Okay. Wait, can you guys still see? Okay. You can see everything, right? Enter how many tracks? Let's see. So battery received is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. There are still 37 line categories to go. And a project. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? Okay. So, let's go ahead and name all these. Wish I had some interesting stories to tell you while I'm doing this. But, yeah, not much has really, not much notable has really happened lately. At least that's, relevant to you guys. I did get an email back from the haunted house, though, saying that I somehow didn't sign in to their, like, organization service correctly. Like the program they use to schedule when the haunts are gonna happen and like who's in each haunt. It didn't register that I signed up for it for some reason. I had my suspicions, but I know I pressed the submit button. Pretty solid. So I don't know what's up with that. So I need to redo that. Oh, I suppose I could give you a bit of a follow-up on that whole my internet is going to be taken away at the end of September. I went to the city hall in my town to learn when the next city council meeting was going to happen. And it turns out it's on like the 21st of September. Like, which is at the end of September. So by the time the meeting actually comes around and happens, the issue might already be resolved one way or another. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. Or if it's even in my schedule to attend that meeting. But yeah, there's that. I did tell you I'd tell you about that if anything new happened. What else? I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I was working on a rules light tabletop RPG system Did I do enemy ejected twice? Oops. Enemy ejected. And I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the streaming network of Vinesauce, but one of their streamers is named Rev Scarecrow, and I think he might actually be my favorite Vinesauce streamer. It helps that he's also a fellow Texan. But I watched him, or I watched the VODs that he posted on his YouTube channel of this, like, chat integrated D&D thing he did called The Town of Nowhere. And that really sort of inspired me a bit. It kind of reinvigorated my my interest in tabletop RPGs. So I think maybe at one point it would be fun to do something like that on stream. But I mean, frankly, I don't quite have the audience to support something like that if I wanted to integrate it with chat. And it's difficult to find people who would agree to consistently show up for something like that, like to do over Discord or something. But it would be fun. I mean, I have a number of ideas for streams that just don't work with a smaller audience as I do. But, you know, should it ever come to pass that I somehow find a larger audience, then maybe we can try out some cool stuff. Really core. Wait. Activated. Okay. Really core online. There's still like 10 of these to go. I may have run out of things to say. Not that I'm just saying things for the sake of filling time, but, you know, just some things that are on my mind. This is an opportunity, I suppose, just to talk about stuff. Although talking while typing is not something I'm used to doing. Cool stuff is always fun. Yeah, it is. But you know, you gotta understand when to work within your limits, you know, or within your I guess not limits, but, you know, work within practicality. You know, it wouldn't be practical for me to do a chat integrated game show because I just don't have enough people in chat for that, you know. Okay. Thank goodness for the undo button. Enemy off hole. I really hope I didn't skip one. I very well could have. Multitasking is a myth. Enemy pilot on hull eliminated. You never really think about it unless you do a project like this. But there are so many lines. Like so many. For just very specific situations. We'll inject notice. Engage multiple titans. Yeah, like these next ones are various stages of being outnumbered. And usually 2 to 1 is what I hear most of the time. But this goes all the way up to 4 to 1. Which, like, you know, rest in peace to you if you somehow find yourself outnumbered 4 to 1. Numbered 4 to 1. We're almost at the end. Yeah, see, you can see the end. Numbered 4 to 1. Hopefully all these, I'm able to fill all these up and I didn't skip one. Enemy pilot on hull. 4 to 1 with the story of my Titanfall life. F. Where's your team at, you know? It's always the team's fault. Or you're not picking your fights right. I guess that's not really an option for some Titans. Like, I play Ronin, so I can pick my fights fairly reliably. So I can just run away if I need to. Warning. Wait. Enemy on hull. Warning. Enemy pilot. Warning. Multiple enemy pilots. Warning. And that actually is the last one. So I may have miscounted somewhere. Oops. Dang. I was really hoping I could do that clean. Anyway, that's some busy work cleared up for the next time. And actually, that lines up perfectly because it's 8 p.m. So, we've reached the end of the stream. So, save that. You can hear me? Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream. I did say I wanted to mess around with some audio editing today, but obviously we didn't get around to that. So if you were really wanting to see me mess with robot voice filters today, sorry. I overestimated, or I underestimated how long it would take to write these lines. But anyway, even though we had an uneventful stream, relatively, thank you all for showing up. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm grateful that any number of people would be down to come onto the stream and watch me hammer out my creative process. Thanks, Cap. Appreciate you. I appreciate all of you in chat. Actually, I don't know how many people are in chat at any given time. If there's anybody lurking there, thanks. Thanks for being here. Anyway, next stream, I will be prepared to do actual recording. So if you want to see me do that, I would love to have you on Wednesday, 6 to 8. And with that, I'll bid you all farewell. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.